What's up, Crossline Church? Put your hands together, it's game day, come on! Y'all ready to do some singing with us? Here we go! Buddy, you boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the terrace. We will rock you, all right? We will rock you. Body, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, you big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will rock you. Yeah, sing it now. We will rock you. Body, you're an old man, poor man, pleading with your right, gonna take you some peace someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, somebody better put you back into your place. We will rock you. Sing it now. We will rock you. Everybody, we will rock you. Oh, we will rock you. Hurrah!
Well, good morning, Crossline. Hopefully you feel rocked this morning, right? Hey, you guys sounded great. I know some of you all were singing in the microphone. You guys sounded fantastic. My name is Clint Ettinger. I am the family pastor here. Excited that you are joining us this morning we have an awesome service. And as we love to do here, is we value joy here at Crossline. And so we like to play some games at Crossline. So what better day to start off our service with a game than Super Bowl Sunday? We're all going to be watching the big game later. We're going to start with a game this morning. So I want to get you set up for success this morning, all right? We're going to play a game. It's a Kahoot game, all right? So what you do is you can scan that QR code, or you can go to Kahoot.com or that website, www.kahoot.it. You can do either one of those, and you enter in that PIN. Once you get logged in, it'll say, like, join a game. You enter that PIN, and then you can put in a name. You can put in your name. You can put in a nickname, like whatever you want it to be. Just put in a name, all right? So you need to put that in. All right, the GOAT Travis. Oh, man. I hope T-Swizzle loses. All right, so here's how you do this. So you'll put your name in there as you guys are getting set up there. Anybody can play. As many people as possible can play. Jump in. What we're playing for this morning, we have this beautiful thing.
Can we remove the Go Buckeyes player on this one? I would love to remove that. Go Blue.
All right, so if the GOAT Buckeyes wins, they will be getting this amazing Super Bowl party ready cooler right here. We got all the supplies you're going to need for your party later today. If you forgot to go shopping, we got you covered, all right? We got all the snacks that you might need. So here's how this game works if you've never played a Kahoot, all right? There's different types of questions. Sometimes there's going to be a commercial that comes up. You'll have to watch it, and you'll have to pick what that commercial is advertising. So there's a video that will play. Sometimes there's like a question, and a picture will start to reveal itself over time to give you a hint on the answer, okay? So you might want to wait for some of that. And then some of them are just straight up trivia you're going to have to answer. And basically there will be 4 answers on the screen, and those answers will coincide with a oh man,
these names are fantastic.
Clint's feet? Oh, Clint's feet's got to win.
No way, your mom is definitely not winning. I'll give that.
So the answers on the screen will coincide with a shape that is on your phone, okay? You'll have 4 answers. They are color-coded and shape-coded, okay? That's how you select the answers. All right, we'll give you guys just a couple more seconds. All right, so here's how you score points, okay? Here's how you score points. This is important. You not only need to get the correct answer, but whoever gets it faster will all get more points, okay? And the game's going to calculate how fast you get it and who got it right, and we'll go back and forth. We'll ask you the questions, and, of course, the winner gets this amazing prize. Jay's been asking to dig into the chips all morning. We've
I
been
already
having to fight
have,
them off.
actually. I'm just going to let you know.
One of them's got a hole in the bottom. He's been
Jay's
sneaking.
feet. Oh, yeah, here we go.
There we go.
Love
Jay's
it.
feet. One of Jay's feet is broken. He's in a boot, so
It's
this
fun.
really should be Jay's
Good
foot.
times.
All right, is everybody in? We got everybody in. We ready to play? All right, we got a couple more coming in. We'll give you guys a couple of seconds to get
If it
logged
hadn't
in.
been for my broken foot, I was planning on playing tonight, but Taylor Swift is going to sub in for me.
Yeah.
I heard he's really fast. He's coming all
Yeah.
the way from Singapore or something.
Mhm.
I don't know anything about him, but we'll see tonight.
Yeah, he's a prospect. All right, everybody in? I don't want to give too much time. All right, we got to jump into this game. All right, you guys ready to play? All right, here comes the first
Let's do
question
it.
coming your way. The first question is, we got to get a countdown. There will be a countdown, so everybody's ready. 3, 2, 1. Okay. How much does the average Super Bowl commercial cost per minute? How much does the average Super Bowl? Does it cost 8.1 million, 5.6 million, 1.6 million, or the cost of a front row ticket to say Taylor Swift concert? You pick.
Please don't
Got
be
5
spending that
seconds
kind of
left. These
money
are
on a Taylor
timed.
Swift concert. Come on.
5.6 million.
Let's
Congratulations if you answered that. It could be the price
people.
of a Taylor Swift ticket. I don't
Whoa,
know.
Here we go.
All right,
Jay.
Jay is on
Jay?
top. Jay,
Jay?
Ja,
Ja.
Jay,
Ja.
Jay. All right, next one.
As of 2022, what artist has the most watched Super Bowl halftime show? Katy Perry, Prince, Bruno Mars, or Taylor Swift? Come on
Who
now.
is that?
If you answer Taylor Swift, you deserve to lose.
Who is it? That's definitely Bruno Mars, right?
All right, I think we probably have a lot of great answers for Katy Perry.
Katy Perry,
Actually, a lot of
Prince.
people put Prince.
The picture was your hint. It was a,
Yes,
there's a
yeah.
picture
Prince
there.
and
That was
Katy
a-
Perry, they do look a lot alike, so I understand that.
All right, T
Swizzle,
oh, come
up
on,
in the
man.
lead. Come on, Jay. Jay.
All right. What product is this Super Bowl commercial advertising? Take a look. We got Pepsi Zero, Taco Bell, Netflix, or could be Taylor Swift.
What you're seeing is real. Will you? Pain is real. Friendship is real. The real is real.
Real is real.
Pepsi Zero, because nothing says Pepsi Zero like Ben Stiller talking to a robot. All right.
Thank you that
Let's see
nobody
who's up.
voted for
Yes.
Taylor Swift on
Go
that one.
Jay, G, Jay.
Jay.
All right, Jay.
All right, next question. Here we go. What Florida NFL team is the only team in NFL history to go undefeated during the regular season and win the Super Bowl?
Ooh.
All right, let's put our answers up on that screen. Jacksonville Jaguars, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Miami Dolphins, or the Swifties?
Probably the Swifties.
Definitely. Jay, if you want to answer
Pretty sure
with
the Swifties are undefeated.
Jay, you're going to lose, so don't do that.
Pretty sure the Swifties are undefeated.
All right, let's put those answers up. All right, we got Miami
Whoa,
Dolphins.
All right, you guys know your trivia.
Yeah, that was
Very
pretty good. You guys were
Very
pretty on
good.
target. And Jet is back up in the lead.
Hey.
Wow, T-Swizzle, what a fail.
All right, here we go. Next question. What is the most eaten food during the halftime of the Super Bowl? We got nachos, chicken wings, pizza, or Taylor's fave, chicken tenders. What do you think? I know what I eat during the Super Bowl halftime. I'm a chicken wing guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
No ranch, blue cheese only.
Whoa, controversial.
Sorry.
All right, let's see what it is. It's pizza. Pizza. Yeah, I know. I was surprised too. I was just as surprised as you were. All right, G, back up there.
Back up on it. All right, what's this next commercial up on the screen? What product is this Super Bowl commercial advertising?
Lately, I haven't been feeling quite like myself.
Seems like people know.
Life used to feel.
A flat Matthew McConaughey. Is
what
it
happens
Urban
when I throw
Flat,
football at
Doritos,
Jay.
Lincoln Motors, or Taylor Swift?
Some days are harder than others.
What are we going with here on this one?
Oh,
wow.
All right, you guys are good.
We have one answer for
Wow,
Taylor Swift, but Jay
Doritos.
remains
All
in
right.
the lead.
G, are you cheating over there? I don't know if I trust that. All right, who's the oldest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl? Is
That
it Tom
is
Brady,
Taylor Swift up
Trent
on the
Dilfer,
screen, everybody.
Kurt Warner, or
There
could be
she
Taylor
is.
Swift? Is Taylor Swift the oldest quarterback to ever
In
win a
all
Super Bowl?
her glory.
She can do anything. That's
Taylor
what I
Swift
heard.
wearing 93. Looking good.
Tom Brady, oldest guy to ever win the Super Bowl. Lori took the lead.
All right,
wow, Lori.
Here we go.
Oh, hey-oh.
Let's go.
Oh, snap. This is a game now.
What NFL player is this? Up on the screen, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, or Taylor
That's Taylor Swift. I recognize
Definitely
that picture.
mustache.
I recognize that
Singapore
picture. That's definitely
did
Taylor
some
Swift.
damage there.
Look at the mustache is a dead giveaway. That's Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Given. Just Google image Taylor Swift with a mustache. See
Oh,
what comes
Travis
up.
Kelce. Wow.
Wow.
Fooled
All right.
me.
I was way off on that one.
Definitely fooled me.
Come on, Lori. You were supposed to remain in the lead.
So
Let's go.
close. So
Jay
close.
stays up in the lead.
All right, next question. This is a Super Bowl commercial. What are they advertising? All right, we got Icy Hot. Could be it. Snickers, Gatorade. Is that an old Taylor Swift?
Is that my mom?
Is that an old Taylor Swift there?
What's going on?
All right, what do we got up there? Let's see. We've got 3 seconds left to answer.
I could use
That
some
face is
Icy Hot right
priceless.
now. That sounds good.
Snickers! That's one of my favorite commercials.
Wow.
The Betty White Snickers commercial. So good.
Sorry, Mom, if you're listening.
G
All right.
in the lead still, 50 points. I still
Pretty sure
think
G
there's
was
some
here for
cheating.
the
Yeah,
pre-service
I think
stuff.
there's
Who's
some
the most
cheating going on.
controversial figure around the NFL?
I'm
Bill
gonna say-
Belichick, Roger Goodell, Terrell Owens, or Taylor Swift?
Or G.
Come on,
I think
guys.
G
We have
is
set
now
you up.
controversial.
We have set you up for this one. Do not do me wrong. Get this right. Some would say this
You
is
know the right
subjective.
answer.
It's not.
You
we
know
are
the
correct
right answer.
on this choice.
Taylor
it is Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
That the
controversial.
majority of you got that
Controversial.
correct.
Can't stand her.
And the
All right, number 3.
who's going to be up here in
Gang
the lead?
Green. Congratulations on 3rd place,
Woo.
Gang Green. You were pretty good.
Lori.
Lori.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And
This seems a little
all right,
unfair.
Lori,
I'm gonna
don't go
say.
too far. We need to check the validity of G. But thank you guys for playing. That was awesome. You did a great job. We're gonna have we have a fun service coming up. We're super excited that you're here. Before we get started, if you would stand up, greet somebody, give them a high five or a stiff arm, let them know you're glad they're here. And if you have room in the middle of your row to scoot in, please do that, so because we have people coming in late. So if you can squeeze in, please do that.
Stand up and cheer, stomp your feet, start clapping. Crossline church, Sunday night about to happen. America's game, been waiting all day for Niners and the Chiefs have come to play. The games are here, let's turn it up. It's the NFL, can't get enough. We got a battle tonight. Winner takes all, ain't nothing like Sunday night football. It's out of control. Get set, let's go. Clock's running down, let's rock and roll. Stand up and cheer, stomp your feet, start clapping.
morning. This is Crossline Football Network, and welcome to Super Bowl Sunday at Crossline. Yeah. I am Donald. I'm half as old as a Super Bowl, Gadsden. And I'm coming to you live from Windermere, Florida, with my colleague, friend, and reigning chili cook-off champ, Keith. Okay. His name is Keith, everyone's favorite Valentine. We are looking forward to both a fantastic game tonight and hearing the latest installment of our Game Changer halftime series this morning.
Wait a second. Game Changer, that didn't we do that for last year's Super Bowl? Whoa, I'm having some major deja vu right now.
What's deja vu?
You know that feeling you get when you feel like you lived through something before?
What's deja vu?
You know that feeling you get when you feel like you lived... Anyway, Game Changer is ringing a bell.
Oh, man, this is going to be great. Listen, man, this is Game Changer halftime. We got some big updates and lots of new plays that our offense has been getting installed the last 6 months. And as we've done for the past 13 Super Bowl Sundays here at Crossline, we wrap games and food and fun in a chili cook-off around a sermon, just like we wrap bacon around Brussels sprouts. Yeah. All right, Brussels sprouts fans. Okay. Well, whether you like Brussels sprouts or not, it's okay. It's going to be better with bacon. We guarantee you that, baby.
Yes, in other news, there's a palpable buzz this year for the Chili Cook-Off Championship. There are several delusional contenders that think that they can take the apron away from the champion, myself. Not going to happen.
Well, can you just tell the crowd, Mr. Champ? That's what they call you, huh? Is that what your mama named you, Champ? Okay. So, Mr. Champ, tell us this. Have you done anything to either update your recipe, or are you running the same lineup that you did last year, hoping that your challengers won't have anything that they are able to, bring to the game? What are you going to do differently?
That's Dr. Reigning Champ to you. And yes, I've updated my recipe. I know you're thinking that's inconceivable. How could he have taken that perfection that was last year's champion and made it better? But I did. They have no chance.
Wow.
Apron stays with me.
Just wow, bro. Wow. So I guess it's safe to say that whatever you added to your recipe, okay, there's not an ounce of humility to it, is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow. So without any further ado, I would say hold hands and pray for our brother, but we're going to go down over to our brother on the field to get a feel of what's going on down there. Mr. Pastor Bishop Clint Integer. What's going on, Mr. Integer? What's going on down there, my brother?
Thanks, Donald. Clint Ettinger down here on the sideline. Man, I got to tell you, the energy in this place is palpable. The crowd is ready for a great day and a great service. And the weather, just right. They got the AC, not too hot, not too cold. It's perfect. The haze is set at Holy Spirit, but not so much you're going to choke. It is a great atmosphere to have church in. I got to tell you, I saw Kevin Valentine doing his pregame rituals early this morning, and he looks primed and ready to deliver an absolutely mediocre message. I cannot wait. All right, back over to you guys.
Well, look, it's safe to say that now I see it looks like that we got the players lining up. Now, before the kickoff, booth. Okay, so the booth is reminding me of a couple things, okay? So today's broadcast is brought to you by, it sounds like the Crossline's Men's Ministry is going to be having an axe throwing event on February the 22nd, it looks like. Ages 13 and over are welcome, but you got to register online at crosslinecommunity.org/events, okay? So check that out.
Food, fun, and chunking axes. What could go wrong? Not to be outdone, the Crossline Women's Ministry is having a Galentine's lunch this Tuesday on the 13th at Carrera's. And ooh, I love me some Italian. Ladies, you must register at crosslinecommunity.org/events. And one more sponsor, the 9th Annual Hunger Project is happening next weekend on Sunday, February 18th from 4 to 6 p.m. That's packing meals for those who need it the most. There's only 15 spots available. Once again, you need to go and sign up online at crosslinecommunity.org.
All right, so look, I believe the booth has the Game Changers video queued and up and ready to go. But before we start, okay, so if you're out there in the crowd, I want to make sure you understand something, all right? Please set your phones to Detroit mode. Detroit mode.
What's that?
No rings. Too soon? Too
true, my brother. Too true. All I have to say is kick the field goal, take the points.
I know that's right. So look, from your mouth to Dan Campbell's ears, Here is the video.
Over the last 12 years, Crossline Community Church has followed God's leading in a bold vision that has seen hundreds of people get baptized and over 1,000 make decisions to follow Christ or renew their relationship with Him. We've seen marriages restored, families healed, we've seen people freed from addictions, and eternities changed. We've given hundreds of thousands of dollars and tangibly served our community and partner organizations locally and around the globe. We celebrate all that has happened, but our mission is not done. In some ways, it's just beginning. God is calling Crossline to make an even bigger difference in West Orange County. So I want to invite you to join me on a journey that will be for our church, for our community, and for the people of Horizon West. It's going to be a game changer. Well, what a great day to be here, huh? Hey, here at Crossline, if you can't tell, we love the Super Bowl. I was just, I caught one of our tech guys in the back of here, and it's like, man, this is like, we put as much into this and as many elements as we do like our other big Super Bowls, our Christmases and our Easters. It's a crazy thing, but it's super fun. I am wearing my Lions shirt just in honor of the Detroit Lions. They were so close. They were so close. But today is about team. Tonight, you've got the 49ers and the Chiefs. I need to have a little bit of crowd participation. How many of you are cheering for the 49ers tonight? Yeah. Oh, okay. I like me a little Brock Purdy. How many of you are cheering for the Chiefs? Yeah. How many of you are cheering for the commercials? Yeah, about the same. Well, let me just tell you, the two teams that are playing tonight, they have accomplished something that no individual or no even small group of them could have done it. And I don't know if you know this about NFL teams. There's 53 players on an NFL roster. There's about 20 coaches and coordinators. There are over 100 front office staff for every NFL team. And then on game day, there's hundreds of more that make the whole stadium operate to make the team successful. And I'm just telling you, they have accomplished something that you can only accomplish when the whole team is engaged in making the season a success. That's just a fact of life. Now, how does this relate to you? Well, you and I, we were designed to be a part of a team. Like God built you to thrive in team with other people. That's what a family is. It's a very small team. But you were also made for something that was bigger than a family and bigger than like the company you work for or a sports team that you play on. You were created by God to be a part of a spiritual team as well that has a mission that goes beyond this life into the next. It's a team that's going all out for wins in God's kingdom. And those wins are lives that are changed because of the work that only Jesus Christ can do. Those wins are God's church taking new territory and reaching more people for Christ and serving the needs of those people around them. In fact, when I look at the Bible and how Jesus went about changing the world from a world where the law was, when it came to religion, the law kind of ran the day. It was a religious system that was kind of ran by a select few. He changed the world into this place where anybody who believed in Jesus could have a relationship with God. That was new, that was different. And Jesus chose to do that not by himself. Now think about his mission. His mission was to save mankind, you and me, from sin. He not only paid for our sin on the cross, but through his resurrection from the dead, he defeated death, and then says that anybody that believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life in heaven with God the Father and Jesus the Son. And he had this plan to tell the world for generations what he had done and his love for people. So what did he do when he said, hey, I've got to tell the rest of the world and I've got to tell generations about what I've done and what's happening in God's kingdom? What did he do? He gathered together a team. He pulled together a team. He had 12 disciples. And they were not cream of the crop, best students in the class that had the best grades, the best looking, strongest, most muscular all-American dudes like myself. He didn't gather people like me. He gathered regular Joes. A third of them were fishermen. Over half of them were teenagers. Behind them, he gathered hundreds more men and women who he tasked with what we call the Great Commission. Matthew 28, 19, and 20. He says, therefore, Go and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and then teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I've given you. And be sure of this, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. And then Jesus left earth, ascended back into heaven, leaving the greatest search and rescue mission in the history of mankind to his team. He said, hey guys, I've given you everything you need, and I'm going to go with you in spirit. But the mission is now yours. Over 3 years of his public ministry, he built a team. And then that team started churches. They loved the unlovable. They healed the sick. They taught God's word. They took in orphans. They helped the elderly. They were generous like the world had never seen. They actually sold their own possessions to give to people that were in need. In the face of persecution, they preached the gospel and passed down this mission, this vision, this great commission through the generations, so that 2,000 years later, we are a result of what the original team started. That started with Jesus. And Jesus knew to change the world, he needed a team. And that team ultimately changed your life and mine. If you're a follower of Jesus, do you know you're a part of that team? You weren't meant to do life alone. You weren't meant to have a mission that was just about you. You weren't meant to have a mission that was just about things on this earth. You were designed by God to be on his team so that you had a mission that transcended earth, that transcended the beginning and end of our life in this place. That mission was given to you they were given to the original team, and you and I carry that mission. And that mission is to tell people about Jesus and make disciples. And if you don't know Jesus, let me just tell you, if you don't know him as your Lord and Savior, we exist to help you find Jesus and then follow him with your whole heart. This week and the next week, we're in a series that's called Halftime. It's a game changer update. We are halfway through our generosity campaign. And just so that those of you that are new in the last year, a year ago we embarked on a 2-year journey to do what only a team can do. It's a dream and a vision that no one of us or a small group of us can do. It requires us as a whole team. And this is what we want to do. We want to reach people for Christ. We want to help them grow spiritually. And we want to go from a portable church like we've been since we began to having a permanent church home. That's the mission. That is the vision that we're kind of pursuing right now. And we want to do it. We want to reach that vision through the avenue of youth sports. I know some of you guys know this. This is going to be kind of like, hey, I've heard this before. That's okay. We need to be reminded what's going on. As many of you know, 24 months ago, we purchased 10 acres of land over in Horizon West on Old YMCA Road. It's right near Orange County National Golf Course, where I spend a lot of time, and I'm excited about spending more time there. It's about 6 miles from here. Our vision is, rather than build a church property for just the church and church events and church activities and church meetings, our vision is ultimately to build a youth sports-focused property with a church on it as a way to reach people far from God. And I'll just tell you, because I have 4 kids, 2 of them are in college now, and 2 of them are in high school, I believe that youth sports is the God of our age. I don't know if you know this, but if you have kids, if they're in youth sports, they kind of drive your family, don't they? As much as you hate it, as much as I hate it, when kids are in sports, it's like the whole family kind of morphs around and kind of goes around this youth sports. Well, our whole idea is going, hey, why don't we use youth sports as a way to draw people and families to the property that we have 7 days a week? And through having them on our property, we might be able to reach some of them with this incredible mission that we have to tell the world about Jesus. So you were handed a little booklet when you walked in, and I'd love for you to get that real quick. And I want to talk about it just for a few minutes. I want to show you the site plan that's in there. What is we doing on these 10 acres? Well, you can see the green space at the top. Right up there, you can see the green space up there, sports fields there, and then at the bottom, you see green space there. Those are all fields. In fact, I got a couple of pictures of the exterior of the building that we're looking at doing, so you can go ahead and flip through those. There's a couple of those. That's just a building that we're looking at doing, and here is the dream that only a team can pull off. We want to be a light in the darkness for those far from God. We want to be the place in Horizon West that people looking for a church home can go to find a vibrant, fun, relevant church and community that's focused on Jesus, that's a little out of the box. I'm just telling you, what you've already experienced today in church is probably not happening at too many churches out there. And what you're going to experience at halftime, oh, let me tell you, this halftime show is off the charts. It's going to be good. That is some old language. It's going to be lit, okay? It's going to be lit. This halftime show is going to be lit. I don't want to be old, even though I'm old. So we want to be this place where you find a church that's just fun, it's different, it's vibrant, there's life to it, there's people that are real and authentic. And then we also want to be a place that serves the community with a preschool and soccer, lacrosse, and flag football fields, beach volleyball courts, and youth sports partner organizations. We want to do something for our community that it needs. And let me just tell you, Horizon West needs churches. And we believe that what we're doing is going to be a game changer for the community and for the church. And I can tell you this, the vision is already working, okay? I told you we're going to have some big updates today. We've already begun with this vision. We didn't want to wait for the building to be built to use our property, so we worked with the county to get permission to plant 2 acres of sports fields before and during construction so that we could use these fields now. I want to show you the picture of the land before we built. Before we did the field. So here's our 10 acres, and over there on the right, we said, hey, let's put 2 acres of sports fields there, and then that middle square is going to be parking. Last fall, we put in irrigation, we planted grass, and this is now what it looks like. Look at that right there in the middle. There's your nice, beautiful fields, and the parking's right to the left of it. It has been amazing, and I'll tell you without a doubt, the county loves this, and this is what's been really cool about this journey. About a month and a half ago, the county asked me to go and do the invocation for the county meeting, the monthly county meeting. So I got to sit down with Nicole Wilson. She's the commissioner of District 1, and this is what she said. She said, I am so excited about what you guys are doing. She's like, you are giving our community what every meeting we go to, people are crying out for, and that is green space and places for kids to play. They did not plan, when they planned out the county, and if you live in Horizon West, you know how crazy it is over there. They did not leave green space for sports fields. So she just said, hey, whatever you need, and this is amazing coming from a government official. She just said, whatever you need, we'll help you. And it's been incredible. It's been a great partnership because the county has a problem in their planning. They didn't plan green space nor places for churches. So before we even knew there was a problem, and this is the way God works, and he'll work this way in your life, before we even knew that West Orange County had a problem, God had already given us a vision to solve the problem and give the county what it needed. That's the way God works. He's already given that to us, and he's positioned us in such a way to solve it. And I'll tell you, we are in this position that we're in, being able to do what we're doing because of team. We are serving our community because of you guys. Every one of you make Crossline what it is. Your generosity, your serving on Sundays and in the community, you've put us in position to be a game changer. And so let me give you one of the big updates that I have for you today. The main idea for the sports fields, okay? We got 2 acres of sports fields. The main idea is to partner with youth organizations, youth sports organizations that need space and rent the fields to them to help pay for the property, okay? So we're not putting all the cost on the people. We're going, hey, let's try and get some people that need green space, and we'll work with them. You've already heard we're partnered with the YMCA of Horizon West. They're doing clinics on Saturdays. If you want your kid to go to a soccer clinic with the YMCA every Saturday morning for the next 5 weeks, there's going to be a soccer clinic for about an hour and a half. Would love for you to do that. When their season starts, they're going to be there 3 nights a week. They're going to be practicing on our fields and holding games on Saturday mornings. A couple of weeks ago, we were approached by an already established youth soccer academy, and they were looking for a home. They've been in existence for a year, and they were practicing at a local high school a little bit, about a half hour from here. And they were actually looking to try and buy land. So they're out driving around our area, drive by our property and go, there's some soccer fields, let's call them. So we get a call from this soccer academy. It's called the Galo Soccer Academy. It's connected to the Galo Soccer Club in Brazil, 3rd largest in Brazil. There's a connection there. Call us up. I meet with them. We talk it out. And you just need to know this last week, we signed a long-term agreement with them to rent the fields the other 3 days of the week that the YMCA isn't using it. Isn't that incredible? Oh, it's phenomenal. God is so good to us. They had their first practice yesterday. They're going to be out there Monday, Wednesday, Friday evenings every single week. So already this vision that we had of, hey, let's see if we can get people onto our property 7 days a week. We've already got people on the property 6 days a week, and we haven't even built a church. We haven't even moved over there. It's been unbelievable. God is just going before us. It's working. We have fields. We have renters. I'm so glad to be in this with all of you. He's giving favor to us with the county. He's giving favor to us with the neighbors around there. And he's bringing sports partners to us. And while youth sports and preschools, they're staples of communities, in a very short couple of years, I believe we're going to be able to bring what is the most important thing to a community. And that is a local church, our church. We're going to be able to be where the fields are. We're going to be able to reach the people that we're already reaching now, but we'll be able to broaden our reach by moving into an area where people are in desperate need of Jesus. Can I just tell you that a relationship with Jesus is where we find life in all its fullness? And I'll just tell you, if you are trying to find life in all its fullness outside of a relationship with Jesus, you will never find it. You will find glimpses of it. You'll find a moment here or there, but it will never be sustainable because it's only found in Jesus. And we know that if people are going to accept Christ into their life, do you know there's a good chance that most of people that are going to accept Christ in their life will do so in a local church? That's just reality. If we want people to know Jesus, most people are going to accept Christ through the ministry of and in a local church. That's our ultimate mission, is to introduce people to the ultimate game changer, Jesus Christ. And so you just need to know, we're talking about this. It's an update. I want you guys to know, but the Game Changer campaign and the vision for a permanent home, it was never about just raising money for a building. It was never a fundraiser. It's about us becoming the kind of game-changing Christ followers and us becoming the kind of game-changing church that God dreams we can be and that we dream we can be also, that we want to live up to. And I'll just tell you how this is working. It's really fascinating. A few weeks ago, we had the Party in the Park. How many of you were at Party in the Park? Let me hear you. Yeah, we had quite a few of you come out, way more than I thought. Let me show you a picture. This is when we had Party in the Park. We had a ton of you there, but here's what stuck out to me from the community. A number of families came out for the soccer clinic. I met a lady there. She had 2 little ones, and they were drenched in sweat like I am now, and they were running through this obstacle course, the big blow-up obstacle course. And I just got to talking to her, and she's like, "We're so excited you guys are there. My boys love soccer, and they're going to play YMCA soccer as soon as that all gets going. We can't wait to do that." And then she said, "And we can't wait for your church to move here." She's like, "We drive 25 minutes north to a church, and it's." She didn't say anything bad about it, but she's just like, "It's just a long way to drive. We can't wait to have sports fields for our kids and a church right nearby so we can be a part of all of that." And I was just like, "Oh, that's one of the reasons why we're doing that." And then I met another family. A guy came up, and he was super interested in what we were doing. His kid was an unbelievable soccer player. And they're out there. The kids are out there playing. I got to talking to him, and I'm like, "Hey, do you go to church anywhere?" And he's just like, "No, we don't go anywhere. We're agnostics." And I'm like, okay, guess what? I started talking to him about what we're doing, and he's like, "Oh, my kids are going to play YMCA soccer." And in the back of my mind, I'm just going, he's why we're building what we're building. He's why we're building what we're building. And I'm just like, you know what I'm praying for? I'm praying that this agnostic family, through the sports that happen on that field and the engagement with us and with you, is one of those families that someday goes, "You know what, we used to be agnostics, but we're followers of Jesus Christ now. He's radically changed our life." We're so grateful for this team. All right, the first half is coming to a close. I've got more big news to give you next half, but this halftime show, let me just tell you, sit back, get ready to enjoy an unbelievable, I don't know how many minutes it is, of just solid, awesome music. So let me kick it back to the guys over there, and I will see you in the second half.
Well, welcome back to the Crossline Football Network. And wow, there was a lot packed into that first half. You know what? I had goosebumps. And did you know that every time Rev Kev says the name Game Changer, an angel gets its wings? Yep.
Didn't know that one.
It's been verified. So what do you think of the new offense there, Donald?
Well, first of all, I don't know many pastors who can talk about the Lord Jesus and say lit in the same sentence. I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, I thought that was great. To my expert eye, I made a couple notes. I think that the offense is just getting started, okay? Valentine, that boy, he has a really big arm, you know what I'm saying? And I think we're just going to see some really special things in the second half. So you better get ready. I think it's like the second coming of Pat Mahomes, but like with a Bible. I think it's going to be great. Watch out.
I agree.
Yep.
You know who else has a big arm?
Who's that?
Randy and the band.
Oh, get ready.
They absolutely always
Get ready.
slay the halftime show.
Yes.
But this year, if
Yep.
you'll forgive a little bit of bragging, the medley is going to feature our very own Jordan Moore, who is fresh off her recent performance of the national anthem at a
right.
Magic game. So take it away, guys.
All right.
Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. How was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh, baby, baby. I shouldn't have let you go.
could stay awake just to hear you breathing. Watch you smile while you're sleeping, while I spend my life in dreaming in. I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. I could get lost in this moment forever. And every moment spent with you is a moment I treasure. I don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep 'cause I miss you, baby. And I don't wanna miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream would never do. I still miss you, baby. And I don't wanna miss a thing.
Now put your hands up in the club. You just broke up. I'm doing my own little thing. You decided to dip. Now you wanna trip. Another brother noticed me. I'm up on him. He's up on me. Can't pay him any attention. Just cried my tears for 3 good years. You can't be mad at me. 'Cause if you like it, then you should've put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should've put a ring on it. Don't be mad once you say he want it. If you like it, then you should've put a ring on it.
Crossline, I see y'all on their feet. I want y'all to get up with me and dance a little bit today at this Super Bowl halftime show. Hey, let me see you go. I took my baby on a Saturday bang. Boys, I go with you, yeah, we're one and the same. Now I believe in miracles, and a miracle is happening tonight. But if you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. Ooh, yeah. They bring my message in the Saturday sun. I had to tell them I ain't second to none. And I told them about equality, and it's true whether you're wrong or you're right. Oh, yeah. But if you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. Hey. Ooh. Black or white. Yeah. Oh. Come on, man. Come on. I ain't tired of this devil. I ain't tired of this stuff. I ain't tired of this business. So when the going gets rough, I ain't scared of your brother. I ain't scared of no sheep. I ain't scared of nobody. Oh, when the going gets mean. Crossline, let me hear you go crazy.
I was dreaming when I
Yeah, welcome back to Crossline Football Network. I mean, are we still in church? Are we? I mean, you got put a ring on it?
You don't know nothing about 1999, baby.
I was born in 85, so I was, 14, something like that? I mean,
baby.
you had everything going on. I mean, Usher who? Usher and Taylor who? What about Cole? What about Bella? What about, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the team? Good job, guys. Let's give them another hand. Woo! Oh, my. Wow. Just wow. Woo. All right. I got to calm down a little bit. They got me.
Bring it down.
All right.
Bring it down.
All right,
Here we
Keith. So, Keith, you know a lot about chili, and you got the apron to prove it, right? Our sideline pastor, though, Clint Intiments, that brother knows all about delicious packaged baked goodies. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely in tune with it for sure. And he has the last name to prove it. So, Brother Clint Intiments, what you got on the sideline from us, my brother? What you got?
It's Edinger. It's not the heart. I don't understand why I know we can hit Edinger.
Clint, you're
Edinger.
on, buddy. You're on.
We're on. Okay, hey, welcome back over to the sideline. I'm Clint Edinger over here with a little halftime fill-in report. Hey, look, just as the Super Bowl unites us all in our inability to read Roman numerals, I believe that Kevin's message unites us all in wanting to be game changers. That was a pretty good first half. But I mean, really, Roman numerals? What does that even mean? I mean, Super Bowl LVIII? I have no idea what that means. You know what I think? I think it's just another thing to try and sell more Taylor Swift merch. I think they're just trying to manipulate us all. But anyways, you know, Kevin also said something about getting involved or soccer or something. I hope he comes back to that because, to be honest, I kind of started drifting off there towards the end. I started thinking about what I was going to have to eat later tonight at the Super Bowl. I started to think about wings. What kind of wings am I going to have? Are they going to be buffalo, teriyaki, breaded, naked? Do you have it with blue cheese or ranch? There's just so many decisions to make. You know what I mean? Anyways, back to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Clint. Thank you, Clint, for the insights. We really appreciate it. And that's what makes you the best sideline pastor in the game, for sure.
Yeah. And definitely you got to go with the buffalo breaded blue cheese. Got to go with the classics.
Really? Really? Nah, I mean, me personally, man, we got to stick with the OG wangs. Not wings, but wangs. That's how you say it when they're real good. Wangs. Everybody say wangs. All right. I'm kind of breaking the third wall here, but it's fine, you know, Super Bowl. And naked teriyaki, I don't know about that, man. And naked teriyaki ranch, that sounds wrong, really.
Yeah. Too true. Well, you know what? It looks like Pastor Kevin is tanned, ready, and rested, and about to start the second half. So it's time to lend an ear to everyone's fifth or sixth favorite Valentine. Kevin, I used to be an athlete. Valentine, I swear.
Why do we give him a microphone? I don't know. But hey, it's so fun being here with you guys. It's just fun, just cutting up and having fun and just being stupid on Super Bowl Sunday. But as I tease you in the first half, I really want to tell you some of the new developments for our church and this story that we're all a part of, being on this team called Crossline. I've been a part of a number of building projects over the last 28 years of being a pastor, and I got to tell you, I've never experienced something quite like what we're experiencing through this building project that we're in. And some building projects that I've been a part of, it took a lot of pushing and a lot of pleading and a lot of setbacks and difficulty. Some of them never even happened. It just felt like you were pushing this big, huge boulder up a hill the entire time. But this whole campaign and this whole building out the property, what it really feels like to me, and this is what's so cool about it, it feels like we're just following in God's wake, and we're trying to step in his footsteps, right? We're trying to get the footsteps right, because he's just been going before us. He's just gone before us. He's provided direction when we needed direction. He's provided kind of the right relationships at just the right time. He's told us right when to make the next step. It has been a truly miraculous journey, and it reminds me of how God led the Israelites through the wilderness to the edge of the promised land. Maybe you remember the story. After 400 years of slavery, God came to Moses and he said, Moses, I need you to lead my people, the Israelites who have been in slavery for 400 years to the Egyptians. And he's like, I need you to lead them to the promised land that I'm going to show you where it's going to be. And so, of course, you know the story. Moses, he didn't want to, and then God kept talking to him. He said, okay. So he went to Pharaoh and he said, Pharaoh, let my people go. And of course, Pharaoh said no. And then 10 plagues later, Pharaoh finally relented. So he lets around a million Israelites leave Egypt, and they get to the Red Sea. Pharaoh changes his mind. He's chasing after them, and God parts the Red Sea, and the Israelites walk through on dry ground. They get to the other side, and Pharaoh's army comes in to get after them, and God just like closes the Red Sea on them. It was truly miraculous. But then all million plus Israelites are led on this journey through the wilderness of about 400 miles. So think of that many people having to travel through a desert 400 miles to get to the promised land. There's no GPS, there's no compasses. They don't even know where their final destination is. All God says is, I will show you where to go, and this is how God led them to go exactly where he wanted them to go. Exodus 13, verse 21 says this, "The Lord went ahead of them. He guided them during the day with a pillar of cloud, and he provided light at night with a pillar of fire. This allowed them to travel by day or by night, and the Lord did not remove the pillar of cloud or the pillar of fire from its place in front of the people." And what would happen is when the pillar of cloud stopped, the people would set up camp, and they would stay there until the pillar of cloud or the fire by night started moving again, and they would follow that because God miraculously made it clear where he wanted them to go and when he wanted them to go there. It was clear. It was a pillar of cloud by day. There was no question. And there was fire at night. No question. And then on top of that, he provided daily what all the people needed for food and water in the desert. It was an example of what we talked about last week, where God guides, he provides. And this is the closest way that I can explain how God has been leading us to have a permanent home, not clouds and fire, okay? Just open door after open door after open door, and I'll tell you what I mean by this big update that I have for you today. When we bought our 10 acres of land, so let's go ahead and put that next picture up there. When we bought our 10 acres of land, let's see if we can get it. If we can't, let me know. Okay, so if it comes up, you let me know. Okay, if it goes up there, you let me know. So we've got 10 acres of land. On three sides, there's nothing. It's just like property that has there's no development around it. But then on this one side, on the fourth side, there is a farmer that has a bunch of goats, about 100 goats. He owns the adjacent 5 acres next to us. His property butts up to the Lake County line. So you've got our 10 acres, his 5 acres, then you've got Lake County. When we bought the property, I knew that the county is super in tune with people that complain. So we get this property, and I'm just thinking, man, there's nobody else around us, but that farmer, he could be a problem for us. Like if he starts getting people that live a little bit further away upset at us because they're anti-development, and he starts raising Cain, the county will listen to that, and they could shut us down before we even get started. So I went to the elders, and I'm like, hey, I would really, really love for us to pray for a couple of things. And so this is what we began praying for. This was about a year into owning the property. Well, we hadn't bought it yet, but we were buying it because we were trying to rezone it. I prayed, first of all, that God would grant us favor with the farmer. The elders and all of us, we just said, God, grant us favor with the farmer. Would you make the farmer love us? Like, would you have him like us so that when we say, hi, I want to be friends, he goes, we all want to be friends. So we just prayed for a year. God, help this farmer like us and be glad that we're here. Somehow, we don't know him. All I know is that he lives in the middle of nowhere, and here comes like this church wanting to put kids on the property all the time, 7 days a week. So God, grant us favor. And then the second thing we prayed came out of when we did our Pacesetter events. And these were events that we did before we launched the campaign a year ago. Oh, hey, there you go. There's our 10 acres. See, it's in red. When we did the Pacesetter events, these happened before we did the actual campaign last year. I kept hearing the same thing from people, and this is very interesting. I unveiled the whole vision of what's going on, what God wanted us to do, and how we were going to do it. And I had people keep coming up to me and looking at everything going, Kevin, that's not enough property. It's not enough land. We need more space. And I'm like, yeah, I think so too, because the vision is really big. And they just had probably about a dozen people were just like, hey, is 10 acres enough? Well, here's the second thing that we were praying for. We were praying that God would somehow miraculously help us secure the 5 acres next to the 10. That somehow not only would the farmer love us, but that the farmer would be willing to sell us his 5 acres and that maybe we could get that. And you don't have to put that up there yet, but I guess you can. I was going to call for it a little bit later. But anyways, after a year for praying for this, and this I just got to tell you how this went. After a year for praying for the farmer to like us and the farmer to allow us to purchase his land, I've never met him. I go up to meet him. I walk up to his house, total cold call. I didn't even tell him I was coming. I'm just like, well, time to meet the farmer. So I go up to the farmer, and I just introduce myself. Hey, I'm Kevin Valentine, and da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, I've been wanting to meet you. And he goes, hey, I've been wondering when you were going to come say hi. And I'm like, oh, this could go one of two ways. He could be like jerk face. And so we just start talking, and I'm not joking. This is verbatim what happens 10 minutes into talking to the farmer, meeting the farmer for the first time. He looks at me, and he goes, do you want to buy my property? And I'm like, I was kind of working into that later, but I'm like, actually, yes, that's one of the reasons I'm here to meet you. And he looks at me and he goes, you know what? I get 3 calls on this property a week with people wanting to buy these 5 acres from me, and I've already decided I'm only selling it to you. Done. Done. Like that was it. 10 minutes in, we had those 5 acres. We didn't have to plead. We didn't have to beg. In fact, God had gone before us, just like he did the Israelites, and the farmer had already decided before we even walked up what he was going to do. And it was in a direct answer to our prayers. Now, we had to figure out how to buy it. Because it was just kind of like, okay, we don't have the money for that sitting around. And so here's what happened. We made a decision when it came to our building. The second floor of the main building that we're going to build that I showed you earlier, the second floor of the building is where our offices and future home of student ministries are going to be, kind of phase 2. To finish that space was going to be about $1 million. Well, now we had the opportunity to secure 5 acres, a 5,000 square foot home, 2,500 square foot barn, a number of other outbuildings for the same price. It was the same price. And that home could become our offices and meeting space before we ever had a building built. And on top of that, we would have 15 acres in one of the fastest growing areas in the country, all the way over to the Lake County line. Kind of a no-brainer, right? Kind of a no-brainer. God worked out the details, and we didn't have the capital to do it, but as happened with the land, one of our families in the church heard about it, and I just got to tell you how I've always prayed for God to lead us. I pray, let me just give it, this is an aside, hit pause on where I'm going with this. What I've always prayed in leadership for my life and leadership for my family and leadership for this verse, I pray that passage I shared in Exodus, I'm like, God, would you lead us like a cloud by day and a night by fire, so that we would never wonder if we're following you correctly. Would you make it so clear? Well, we had a family hear about these 5 acres that were available. They heard about it. They came up and they said, hey, we want to help you secure it. We will personally back a loan for you to be able to secure that property. And just so you know, we closed on those 5 acres on December 29th, about a month and a half ago. They are ours now. The payment for the property, it will be slightly more than what we're paying for rent for our offices now. But it gets better. At around the same time this last fall, we got a call from our landlord. If you've been to our offices up in Winter Garden, we got a call from the landlord, and she just said, hey, the neighbors next to you want to expand. Would you be willing to get out of your lease early so that they could have the square footage there? She didn't know that we were doing all this stuff behind the scenes and where we were going. And so through some negotiation, they are not only letting us out of our lease early, but they are giving us tens of thousands of dollars to renovate the farmhouse to fit our offices in. How incredible is that? So by April 18th this year, you're talking about 2 months from now, we will be going from 3 locations, Windermere Prep on Sundays, Winter Garden, Tri-City Plaza throughout the week, and our property on Old YMCA Road. We're going to be going from 3 locations down to 2 locations as our offices will be moving to Crossline Farms. How fun is that? How fun is that? Now, let me show you what I was talking about. Can you put up the picture with the outline in green that was up a little bit earlier? But I just want to show you all 15 acres. So, like, all of that now is what you guys own. And let me just read you the verse, knowing this story, Exodus 13:21. The Lord went ahead of them. He guided them during the day with a pillar of cloud, and he provided light at night with a pillar of fire. This allowed them to travel by day or by night, and the Lord did not remove the pillar of cloud or pillar of fire from its place in front of the people. And let me just tell you, I have prayed this since we started this journey. God, lead us like a cloud by day, fire by night. And God just keeps making it so clear where we're supposed to go. God keeps clearing out the brush, making a wake for us to follow. What a game changer for our church, right? Isn't that incredible? I can't even explain in words what it's like to be a part of a journey like this, where God just moves, and our job is just to stay in the wake, right? That's our job. Put one foot in front of the other. And I want to say, you guys are why we're experiencing this. It's your faithfulness, it's your generosity to think that we have 15 acres in one of the fastest growing areas in the country, and that land right on the edge of Lake County is sitting right where they're about to build 40,000 more homes, just like Horizon West in Lake County, and we are smack dab in the middle of it. What a mission field. Those of you that call Crossline home, I just want to say, this is your land. This isn't mine. This isn't the church's. This is yours, because we are the church. And there are a lot of people that are catching this vision and giving to cross the finish line. And I just want to tell you, someone in our church recently that believes in the vision and mission had been praying about how they could be game changers in this story that God is writing. And they just asked God, what do you want us to do? In this last month, they felt like God was calling them and moving them to donate an entire house to the campaign. They have a number of rental places, and they just felt like God was asking them to be game changers like that. And so they did. The house is currently on the market. All the proceeds are going to be going to the Game Changer Generosity Campaign. And here's what I want to say. I know not everyone can donate a house, okay? I can. I've got 4 others. I'm going to donate them later. No, not everyone can donate a house, right? But everyone can do something. And I can't help but think what might happen to get us across the finish line, what might happen if all of us just sat down and said, well, God, what do you want us to do to be game changers in this process? What do you want us to do to be game changers, to make us, to make a dent in where you are sending us? And so that's where you guys come in. This is where you're the hero of the story. To get to building an actual building and having a permanent home, we still need to meet one of our goals. And that goal is to get to $4 million in commitments. We started a One Fund campaign a year ago. 3.18 was committed. We still need to raise another $800,000 to get to where we need to secure the loan to build the building. And this is where the team comes in. Every dollar matters. Your commitment to this vision matters. So to those of you that are faithful, giving generously, as your pastor, I just want to say thanks. We don't even have these stories to tell without you just being faithful in your giving and sacrificing for the kingdom. We don't even have these stories to tell. So thank you for your belief in us, for your obedience to God. We're experiencing this movement because of that faithfulness. And for those of you that aren't giving, let me just tell you, we are not mad at you at all. We're so glad that you're here. We love you. I just want to invite you to join the team. I want to invite you to join the team. There's never been a better time to join the team, to jump on board as we are making some of the moves that we're making. And I want to invite you to start giving. If you haven't given to this campaign, I want to ask you to start doing that. It's going to take all of us to get this done, so that's the invitation, is just to trust God with your resources and take whatever you can and make it a part of what we need to get to the next level. You have a commitment card inside of this, and this is just an easy way. I'm not going to talk about it long, but this gives you a year-long commitment if you want to make it, and the money goes to our One Fund, taking care of our general fund, and the fund that's going to be building the property out, and you can fill that out and put it in the box or give it to us next week. But let me just tell you that this last fall, and this is what it's ultimately about. I'll just fill you in on what it's all about. Because like I said earlier, it's not about a building. It's not about, putting fields on a bunch of grass and stuff, or on a bunch of land and stuff. That's really not what it's about. This last November, and this is where it just gets down to the heart side of this last November, 17 people were baptized right out there on the patio. 17 people said, you know what, I love Jesus enough that I'm willing to publicly declare that I am a follower of his, and you can give it up for those 17 people. Like, that's incredible. Just last month, at our student ministries weekend retreat, there's a student that came to the weekend invited by a friend who wasn't a Christian, wasn't a Christ follower. But God got a hold of his heart throughout the weekend. And his friend who invited him actually prayed the sinner's prayer with him over the weekend. And he accepted Christ at that retreat. All of that to say, life change is what it's all about. We just want to introduce people to Jesus. He's the only way that people are going to find life to the full. He's the only way that people are going to know that there is a security in knowing where you're going to be when you take your last breath here. You can know where you're going to take your next breath. It's so important that Jesus, invited us to be on his team. And I will just tell you, God takes your dollars and my dollars, and when we give, he turns them into life change in a way that we can't explain. I don't know how to explain it other than God is doing something. There's a movement going on. And I'll tell you what I feel like we're experiencing here. 30 years ago, okay? I'm only 29, but 30 years ago in my life, I remember the very first Bible study I ever did. I was about 20 years old, and I did a Bible study with some friends of mine called Experiencing God by Henry Blackaby, and I don't know if you've ever heard of it. First Bible study I've ever done in my entire life. And I still remember the very first week of that Bible study, there was one big focus on the entire week, and it was so impactful to me. I have lived my life this way for 30 years. He said the whole week of the study was find where God is moving and go there. That's what he says. Just find where God's moving and go there. Find where God is doing something unique and something that's fun, and go be with those people that are experiencing that with God. And I just want to use that to say, hey, I really do believe that God is moving and doing something here. And I want to just invite you to stay plugged in and stay committed and be in the game with us. Attend every week. Make a commitment to be here. Give generously. Make a commitment. If you don't know Jesus, accept him as your Lord and Savior. That's the ultimate goal, is to get you connected with Christ, and then we want to help you grow spiritually. In fact, as I close out our Super Bowl service, I just want to give some of you an opportunity, because I don't know, maybe you've been coming around for a little while, and you're like, man, this is kind of a fun place. Maybe you've heard about Jesus. Maybe you know Jesus, about him, but you've never accepted him into your life. And we can't let a Sunday go by without at least giving some of you that are standing on the edge of faith the opportunity to cross the line of faith. And that's where we get the name of our church. We want to help you cross the line of faith and become a follower of Jesus. So I want to close out the message part of our service by just inviting you to pray with me. And so would you bow your heads and close your eyes? And if you are praying for the first time to invite Jesus into your life, I just want to invite you to make my words yours. And just open your heart to God and just say to him from the quietness of your heart, you can say, dear God, thank you for loving me. I believe you sent your son Jesus to die on the cross for my sins. Please forgive me. I believe in Jesus, and I give you my life. I am now yours. And Lord, I just want to pray for our church as you have invited us into this mission. You are moving, and we want to join you where you're moving. We thank you that you are leading us like a cloud by day and fire by night. We are so grateful to be a part of your team that you have called and put together to make an impact for eternity. God, help us not miss the opportunity to jump in and be engaged in what you're doing. Lord, we give you our future. We pray that you would just lead us and guide us like you have up to now, and we will thank you. We thank you in advance for the lives changed and the difference that you're going to make through our meager efforts to follow you. In your holy name, amen. Hey, we're going to close out our service singing one song together, and it's going to be a song that really is just a reminder that of all the battles that we face in our lives, it is really the victory to those battles rests with our Heavenly Father, the Lord Jesus Christ. So let's stand up and sing together one last song.
can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. Almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. Almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. So when I fight on my knees with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Oh God, the battle belongs to you.
Hey, will you guys give our teams back in house and back here just a hand for today? Great job, you guys. Hey, are you guys ready for some chili? I know. Hey, so here's how this is going to work. We've got 9 chilies entered in the contest. You can go out there. There's little cups for tasting. You can taste them. If you find ones you like, you can get a bowl and grab it. We've got anonymous judges that are going to be going throughout and eating all 9 chilies. We're going to announce the winner probably around 1 o'clock or so. But in the meantime, while you're eating chilies and having food, please go get your kids, bring them over to the bounce houses. There's cornhole and ways to just hang out and spend some time together. And I got a hat. Oh, we need you to exit that way because there's food over here. So go into the lobby, grab some food. We'll see you out there. Please stick around and hang out. See you guys later. Take care.